Welcome back to another exciting edition of ChiefTutor.com's training videos. And Chief Architect, this is a quick tip of the week. Have you had problems setting stools underneath the countertop? See how this design actually looks good in the 2D? I mean, that's how it typically should look, right? But when you grab a stool, any of the stools under the Chief Architect, you notice sometimes when you click on it, it looks like it's sitting on top of the countertop. So how do we go about making it look the right way? Well, there's a couple of ways we can do this. One is I'm going to shift select all of my stools at once so I can affect them all at once. So I've selected the first one. I'm holding down shift. I'm going to select the next one, next one, next one. So I got all four of them. And I can go up to the opens tab and I can open up the specifications. And under the layers tab, you'll see this drawing group and allows you to draw under things that have already been put in. So you can look for the countertop and just put it underneath, or you can just quickly just scroll all the way to the bottom, like there's the countertop. So I could put it here, or I could put it all the way at the bottom. So let's say I put it down near the deck plank, which is just below the countertop. I'm going to hit spacebar, and now we can see it going underneath the countertop. There's also another thing we can do, which is kind of neat, and that is if you take one of these, you can open it up in its specifications, and after you've changed the layer to where you want it, like let's say we do put it at the front of the group where it's popping out like that, you can go into this tool, which is the open symbol, and you can go down to the 2D block and you can change its transparency. Let's say we turn that sucker up to 86, and that might look okay, kind of still like that, because you still get the dark line over the countertop, but yet it's faded underneath. Or you can completely remove the fill, which was nice. On the 2D block, you could just remove the fill and there won't be any type of display. So this is probably the best way to go. And you can also change the actual details. Like, you know how their cabinets are drawn in a dash line? That's because the active layer on a base cabinet is set to a dash line. We can do the same thing with these stools if you wanted to. You can open them up and you can figure out which layer they're on by going to the layers tab, and you can click into the define furniture. Now mind you, all interior furniture will change in that particular setting if you change it. So what I like to do is I always like to make sure it's highlighted, come down here and say copy, and say these are all going to be on furniture interior level 3, and I want them to be a 1, and instead of a solid line, I want it to be a dash line. But I will go black, so it's nice and thick, or nice and heavy on the color. But I only want the line weight to be 1 and in a dash line. Click OK, OK, OK. Hit spacebar, and it gives us a nice feeling for the stools being underneath there. And of course, you can change the dash to a different dash if you wanted to, or different line if that works for you. Well, that's been messing with stools and countertops and layer sets here at ChiefTutor.com. Hope you learned something new. Thanks so much for joining, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.